Welcome to Jack and Geek.
I'm Crip.
And I'm the Crypt Keeper. And we're back for book club.
Yay!
It's been a while since we've done book club. We're
A month?
a month. It's
We
been
took a
over
month
a month.
off.
We took it. Yeah.
Technically, we did a book club in November.
Yes, in November.
Did
it
we?
took. Yeah, we did Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's right.
So we
And
took
then
a
we
month
skipped.
off, so it's not that long.
It's been a while. But we're back with Percy Jackson and the Titan's
It's
Curse.
cursed. Yay!
I read it.
I read it.
I've listened to it.
I actually like the guy that does the voices.
Oh yeah, I like him a lot.
But this is one of the shorter books.
Yes.
This book, if you put it just right, is like 5 or 6 hours long on Audible.
I was surprised. I always thought this book was longer than, for some reason.
No, I think the next one,
You're
Battle of the
thinking of
Labyrinth.
Harry Potter.
Labyrinth's
I
longer.
think Labyrinth is longer.
No, one of them is like really long, and I can't remember which one
I
it
think
is.
it's
I
Labyrinth.
think it's Labyrinth.
But first, let's take a shot.
Water. Ice cold water, baby. H2O.
How'd it taste with the gum?
Not good. Didn't taste good with the gum.
Should have taken out the gum, stupid.
H2O, baby.
H2O.
H2.
Gatorade.
If we are...
No!
There's a weird noise I just farted.
I didn't hear it.
I only think.
No. If it happens and it's heard, then I have farted. Because I feel the potion of brewing.
We had Taco Bell for lunch, so.
There's some toil and trouble up in my tummy.
And oatmeal for breakfast.
And oatmeal for breakfast.
So he's definitely pushing something.
And a milkshake.
And the milkshake. He's definitely pushing something.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Digestion.
We love you. Okay. So, Titan's Curse. It's 6 months after Sea of Monsters.
Yeah.
Percy, Talia Grace, who is Zeus's daughter, came out of the tree at the end of the last book.
What the fuck?
And Annabeth Chase go to Westover Hall to meet Grover. Grover thinks he found 2 very powerful demigod children there. And they have to take them and try to take them to the camp.
And they think they found Wayne Manor. That shit's spooky and old.
That shit is spooky.
Why the fuck would they have a school all the way out there in nowhere, basically?
Evil.
Evil.
Fucking giant castle.
It's for evil.
Evil purposes.
You'll find
Talia,
out later in the book. No, I'm playing.
later in the book, Talia shows Percy that she can manipulate the mist, and he gets real jealous about it. He's like, "What? Why did they teach me that?"
What? You
Because
can't
she's
do
been
that?
there longer.
I
though.
know.
You can't do that shit, Psh, bitch.
They have taught that. That's the thing. They haven't really taught Percy how to do shit.
This is Percy getting jealous. for that
Raptor
first-
pro tip.
This
But
is-
they ain't taught Percy how to do shit. Yet Talia and Annabeth being there learn all kinds of shit.
yeah, but they've been there since they were like 8 years old.
Talia hasn't. She's been a tree.
Dog, I wish that Talia sounded like a gatekeeping nerd. You can't fucking chase the mist, bitch.
They run into teachers, or a teacher and a vice principal.
That's an Imperial TIE fighter, bitch.
A teacher and a vice principal, and Talia manages to convince them to like talk to them for a while, trying to get them to stay before Grover comes and informs Dr. Thorne, the vice principal, that they're with him. It's fine. You know him. You know.
And they go along.
And they go along with it. Grover tells Talia, Percy, and Annabeth that Dr. Thorne is a manticore.
Manticore.
A manticore?
Manticore? Oh my god, what'd they do with the dinosaurs?
It wasn't even in this song.
Half scorpion, lion, and human monster.
I don't know if that's half.
No.
That's
but
like a fourth.
That's a lot of halves.
That's a lot of halves. A lot of halves make a whole. And is suspicious of the 2 half-bloods' true identities. Bianca and Nico are the two half-bloods at the school.
Nico!
We didn't say that at the beginning. And wasn't fooled by Talia's trick of the mist. And Percy was like, yeah, bitch! They're trying to formulate a plan to distract Dr. Thorne, and there's going to be a dance.
Actually, the laser that was in the Death Star was just a giant copper crystal. So technically, the Death Star was just a giant lightsaber, bitch.
Shit!
There's a dance going on at Westover right now, and they're trying to blend in with the cool kids, blend in with the kids, and they don't know how to do it. Percy doesn't know how to do it.
They just do the Charlie Brown dance routine.
Yeah.
And Annabeth and Percy have a moment.
Bitch.
They have a moment.
They have a moment.
They have a moment. Percy sees Dr. Thorne attempting to sneak away with the two kids, Bianca and Nico, and takes the chance because he can't find anyone else to go after
They
him.
literally just disappear. What the hell is wrong with you?
I was just dancing with Annabeth and now you're
This
gone.
is literally mission mode.
And you gone.
Honestly, can you really blame him though? You see them walking away, you can't find anyone.
If I can't find anyone, I'm going solo.
I'm going.
I've done that shit in Call of Duty. Ain't none of my teammates around, I'm going. I'm running in. If I die, I die. If I get it, I get it. Whatever. I'm taking the chance.
But you know what the difference is? You respawn. Percy doesn't.
Unless he goes into the water. As he nears Bianca and Nico, Dr. Thorne throws a thorn and it grazes his shoulder and he gets hurt. Percy realizes that it's poison and it has entered his system. Being too weak to fight, he listens to Dr. Thorne talk and is taken.
There needed to be anime noises right then. And they all
About the great
I'm
stirring.
poisoned. Oh no. What will my master think?
And Percy tries to reassure Bianca, who's panicking, and Nico, who's both overjoyed and scared that everything's going to be okay. Nico really was like, hey, yo.
This is cool as shit.
Nico's got a boner for ancient shit.
He really does. Percy lets Dr. Thorne bring them to the cliff. And
at first he's like, we jumping in the water.
He's
and
like,
we're
I
going
can
to be
save him.
okay.
And then he like, damn, that's far.
He's like, I can save him. And then looks and is like, I can't save him. I can barely save myself from this height. Percy tries to send a message to Grover because they have a mental link now.
I don't want to keep a mental link with Grover.
You have to die to get taken away, probably. It works, and Grover, Talia, and Annabeth show up, and there's another big fight.
Grover's got a goat dick, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Gross.
Anyway, shit's, hitting the fan right now. They're fighting.
And here come the hunters.
Here comes the hunters.
Some people call them the hunters, some people call them the huntresses, and I kept getting confused. I was like, which one is it?
They're just the hunters.
It's the Hunters of Artemis. And they're about to shoot when Dr. Thorne lunges at Percy and Talia, knowing that they're too weak because they both got really hurt. And Annabeth jumps in the way and takes him and her down the cliff. Pretty much. And she leaves her Yankee cap behind.
But they disappear.
Artemis appears and orders the hunters to set up camp, and Percy is invited to come and talk with them, or talk with the goddess.
Which is weird because she
even though
don't
they
like
hate
dudes.
women, or hate boys.
She don't like dudes.
Yes, but she has to talk to dudes when they're involved in something they need to know.
Yeah.
It's called investigation.
She asks Percy to retell everything that happened that night. She decides to hunt a powerful monster and that has to bring down the gods, or is to prophesize to bring down the gods in Olympus. But before she goes, Zoe Nightshade, her lieutenant, is placed in charge of the hunters and is told to stay at Camp Half-Blood.
I don't like Zoe.
I don't mind Zoe. I really don't mind
none of
Zoe.
them. I like none of them.
None of the hunters?
Get out.
Damn
near ruined the book.
During their short stay at the outskirts of Westover Hall, Bianca chooses to join the hunters. Which, you got a little brother at home. Not even at home. 2 tents away. What are you gonna do? Be immortal and have a new family and then leave him, his orphan-ass self?
Because she's a bitch. Fuck Bianca.
Yeah.
Fuck Zoe.
Yeah.
Fuck Artemis. You heard me, Artemis.
Yeah. What we gonna do about it?
Zeus is gonna strike you down.
I ain't worried about Zeus. Fuck Zeus. He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's having a new movie called Zeus.
What the fuck?
The group receives a ride from Artemis' brother Apollo. That was pretty fucking cool.
That was pretty cool.
I like that part. Talia's driving and she doesn't know how to drive and she's scared of heights. Her driving, I was laughing the whole time because that was me driving the first time. And soon they arrive at Camp Half-Blood, almost crashing into the canoe lake. Percy and Talia take Nico to the big house to have a conversation with Mr. D.
The big house.
And I want to say Charon.
You can have a conversation with my Mr. D.
Huh?
Cherub?
No. What's his name?
That doesn't fuck you up.
Chiron?
Yeah.
Chiron?
Chiron. I can't fucking. I never can say Chiron.
Chiron.
Chiron. I never can. The way I read it is not the way I say it. The two quickly forbid to carry out any rescue plans they have for Annabeth, with Mr. D stating that there is a small chance she would survive. Chiron announces that a friendly game of Capture the Flag is going to be held against the hunters. And, I mean, it was friendly to begin with. It was kind of friendly in the middle. It just got a little intense towards the end.
Camp Half-Blood.
Camp Half-Blood. Percy dreams about Annabeth and Luke. That Luke tricked her into holding up a ceiling of the cavern. He later learns that the ceiling is actually the sky.
We don't learn until later. You're spoiling.
I literally said later he learns. Percy attempts to seek help from the Oracle, but the Oracle does not respond. Later, after a humiliating defeat in Capture the Flag by the hunters, Percy and Talia are about to come to arms when Percy sees the Oracle walking towards Zoe, which is astonishing because the Oracle never leaves the attic of the big house.
The big house.
She lays on a prophecy that is like, one will die at the hands of her parents.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have it right here. 5 will go west to the goddess in chains. 1 shall be lost in the land without rain. The bane of the Olympus shows the trail. Campers and hunters combined prevail. The Titan's curse must one withstand, and 1 shall perish by a parent's hand. A discussion is held on which about who goes. After Percy gives up a pretty good fight. Not really. He just kind of stands there and argues with himself for 5 minutes. It's decided that Zoe, Talia, Bianca, and Grover and Phoebe will go, leaving Percy behind. And Percy...
Zoe doesn't want a boy.
No. And
she's already given up letting Grover go.
I was going to say, she's fine with Grover going because technically...
He's a satyr.
He's a satyr, so like, there's a fine line. And he's going to be able to help track better than Percy.
He's already, quote unquote, below them.
Yeah. Percy sends an Irish message to his mom and finds she has a new boyfriend, which good for you, Sally.
Mr. Blowfus.
Mr. Blowfus. And Sally encourages Percy to do what he thinks is right.
Which means, again, Percy is going to fucking not listen.
Quest
and
Stealer
go anyway.
Jackson.
Huh?
Quest Stealer Jackson. Later, Percy has another dream in which Artemis has taken Annabeth's place to save her from death in the dream. And the general tells Luke to kill Annabeth, but Luke convinces the general to let him keep her alive until the winter solstice.
Yeah.
Percy takes Blackjack of Pegasus.
Blackjack, boss.
Ask him to rescue a marine cow-like creature. I cannot say what it is.
Don't worry about it later.
Yep. Percy named the creature Bessie. Upon his return, Percy finds Nico eavesdropping on the hunters and promises Nico that he would try to protect Bianca before taking Blackjack and following the hunters and Grover.
Which sucks.
Doing everything he can. Shouldn't do. You never make a promise to
Never
say...
make a promise. I'm gonna protect your sister. What does that mean? Sister's gonna die. Every time.
Every fucking
time.
When Percy flies over New York City, Mr. D catches him and Blackjack on top of Chrysler building, but Percy manages to convince Mr. D to let him go. Kind of.
Mr. D is actually really good in this book.
Yes.
He's a lot better in this book than he is in the other books. In the other books, he's like, fuck all y'all. In this book, he's like, maybe I'll help.
The thing, the whole story about his wife...
Yeah.
It makes sense why he doesn't like fighters.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But him helping Percy, I don't think is him... I think it's him being good, but it's also him being, prove me wrong.
He also hates being at camp because he's away from his wife.
Yeah. And Percy was like, weren't you trying to catch Faye? He's like, that's not the point.
That ain't the point.
That's not my fucking point.
I'm a god. We have sex with everybody. That's not the point.
That's not the point. They stop, after following the van with everyone that's supposed to be on the quest, Percy and Blackjack stop at a museum and see Dr. Thorne
at the Smithsonian.
They
decided to go, they needed to go into Washington.
And sees Dr. Thorne and hears him confirm that Annabeth is alive and that his dream has come true. And we also learn that Thorne is nothing. He is literally just a henchman.
Just a henchman.
Even lower than that.
He thought he was something he's not.
Yeah. The general created skeletal warriors, which are almost impossible to destroy, by putting dinosaur teeth, dragon teeth, and into soil and watering it with blood. And their purpose was to kill Zoe and Bianca.
But
they're like puppies or something, aren't
no.
they?
But Percy gets there and they get him instead of Zoe and Bianca.
And he uses Annabeth's cap to get away and notify everyone else. Zoe's pissed. Zoe's like, the fuck?
Fuck you doing here?
You got penis, get the fuck out of here.
It really is like that, but that's funny saying it like that.
That's not exactly how he wrote it, but that's how he would write it if it was for older adults. They're interrupted when a lion attacks, and they're trying to...
The Nemean lion.
Yeah, the Nemean lion. And they're trying to get rid of it, and nothing can pierce its hide. However, Percy discovers a weakness. Its mouth. And he finds astronaut food and throws it into the mouth. And Zoe is able to put an arrow through it because he doesn't like the taste of the dried food.
And the cool thing is they call it a kill by Percy. So the damn thing turns into a bulletproof jacket.
Yeah. Lion pelt is a jacket as soon as Percy turns it on. The skeletal warriors, disguised by the mist as security men, are now following Percy but Zoe refuses to leave him behind. She realizes he's the 5th quest member. They soon reach an area called the Sun West Line after taking many trains to lose their followers, in which they meet a homeless man and share his fire, and obviously he's Apollo. Not obviously, but he shows himself to be Apollo.
Yeah.
Who was surprised?
Apollo's just kind of vibing.
Well, same thing with Hermes.
Yeah. Soon after, Percy encounters Apollo again. When they get on another train heading west, Apollo advises him to seek out Nereus, the old man of the sea.
Nereus?
Percy soon has a dream in which he's given the sword. I can never say it. It's fucking Riptide.
Yeah, just call it Riptide.
Yeah.
Given Riptide by a girl, and we figure out who the girl is after.
We figure out the girl that made Riptide is Zoe Nightshade.
Yeah. With the help of Apollo, they reach a town in New Mexico, and when they try to take a break, Grover swoons as Pan's presence overcomes him. So he thinks he's finding Pan right now.
Yeah.
And following that, the skeleton warriors surround them using handguns. Percy deflects the bullets with his pelt and cuts down a skeletal warrior. Immediately, it forms back together, and somehow Bianca defeats a warrior, stabbing it in the chest.
Yeah, they didn't explain why she was able to kill it and nobody else was.
No, and her knife blasts into flames after.
I mean, I get it, but they never said why.
Yeah. Percy survives and then realizes the pelt is bulletproof. And Grover then senses Pan's presence again, along with a wild gift from him. And it's a boar. The giant boar temporarily defeats the skeletal warriors and carries them further into San Francisco. You good?
And they have to defeat the boar basically before they get to ride it.
Yeah.
And this is when Percy realizes that Talia is scared of heights. And they capture the boar and they're able to ride it.
Yeah.
But it'll only take them so far.
It takes them to the junkyard of the gods.
In Arizona?
Arizona. When Percy meets Ares to talk about Aphrodite, at which point it's hinted that Annabeth and Percy will most likely have a romantic future together. Yeah, no fucking shit.
Well, what we didn't say was earlier that they found in Annabeth's backpack a brochure for the hunters.
Yeah.
So Percy is upset because he's afraid she's going to leave. And Aphrodite's like, I know you love her. You just need to tell her that you love her.
Aphrodite mentions that she likes Percy, and because of this, she would make her love life interesting. Eventually, the group enters the junkyard located in Claw, Arizona, where Bianca tries to steal a mythomagic action figure for her younger brother. Because of this, she awakens a defective Talos? Talos?
It's a robot.
Yeah. They battle it, and Bianca has a plan to defeat it. She enters...
Percy has the plan.
Bianca...
Percy came up with the plan.
Yeah. Percy did come up, and Bianca just volunteered herself.
Volunteered to do it.
She enters via a maintenance hole in his left foot to destroy him. She succeeds in destroying the prototype, but it is electrocuted when it crashes into the electric line, causing him to fall to short circuit and crash to the ground. After failing to find her, Grover tearfully announces, "And the next step of the prophecy has been fulfilled. Bianca D'Angelo has died in the desert, the land without rain."
But they don't find her body.
No. So
that's the main thing. They don't find her body.
Should be a tree.
She'll be a tree.
It's treason then.
It's treason.
Treason.
Finding a truck in the junkyard, Talia drives until they reach a river, where they find some canoes, and Percy convinces a group of Nereids to steer them into the Hoover Dam. And of course, because if you've known Annabeth longer than 5 seconds, you'll know all kinds of shit about the Hoover Dam, because that's her favorite structure.
That's her favorite structure.
As the Hoover Dam is one of her personal favorites, after making some damn jokes.
A bunch of damn jokes.
Like, almost a chapter's worth of damn jokes. Percy gets separated from the group, where he hears and approaches the Ophiuchus?
Are you talking about the creature?
Yeah.
Ophiuchus.
The 11 remaining skeletal warriors attack him, and he tries to escape. As the group, he ends up with a tour group inside the elevator, and as the group leaves the elevator, Percy is alone with the tour guide, who turns out to be Athena. She is knowledgeable about his predicament and skeptically tells him that there's a way out for those who can find it. But she's like, "You killed my daughter." Also, she's kind of like,
yeah, she don't like Percy.
She's never liked Percy though. She didn't like him in the first book either.
She didn't, but she don't like him because he likes Annabeth, and Annabeth likes him, and she don't like that.
Yeah.
She knows he's trouble.
Moms.
Athena leaves, and Percy dashes behind a wall to hide from the skeletons, and he hears a noise behind him, and thinking it's a skeleton, he blindly slashes at a mortal girl who can see through the mist, named Rachel Elizabeth Dare. She's my favorite mortal character in this whole book.
Even better than Percy's mom?
No, I like Sally better, but she's my favorite mortal character.
Yeah.
And, God, I love Rachel. Because she's mortal, the blade passes right through her as if it's an illusion, and she saves Percy. She stays doing that through the rest of the books. And is confused by the skeletons, allowing Percy to escape and find his friends. And the group gets trapped in the dam, but are saved when the giant metal angel statues given to Zeus by Athena carry them after Talia prays to her father.
Yes. And they fly them all the way to San Francisco because they want to hang out with other statues.
Yep. They want to party.
They want to party.
They want to get statue pussy.
Yeah, they want statue pussy.
Statue gross.
This shit gonna be dry as hell.
Gross. Not if it's a fountain statue.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
Could be a fountain statue. That shit gonna be super wet.
Ah.
Gonna be gushing.
Ew. I hate this conversation. I hate
Fountain pussy. It's not hard to turn any word into pussy.
It's not.
It's really not. We just chose the worst word. Or the easiest word, but the worst word.
Yeah. Hey, you know what it is?
What?
Very moist.
No, I don't have much of a problem with moist.
He does.
You used to.
Used to, you don't anymore?
Ha.
Get over it.
Get fucked.
Good.
I got too much shit going on.
You've been in two moist things?
I got too much shit going on for me to worry about words.
Reaching San Francisco, Percy wrestles the old man of the sea and learns that Bessie is the monster Artemis is seeking. For burning its entrails will give a person the power to destroy Olympus.
A demigod.
A demigod, specifically.
A demigod, the power to destroy Olympus is.
Dr. Thorne appears with a small force of mortals and tries to convince Talia to wield the
just call it Bessie.
Bessie's power. Percy manages to shake her out of her mind. Like, she's thinking. She's really thinking about it.
Yeah.
And they're cornered and get an Iris message to Camp Half-Blood and see if Campty will save them after Percy asks for help. And Grover takes Bessie back to Long Island with Poseidon's help after Percy sacrifices the lion's pelt to Poseidon. She really sat there and thought about it.
She did think
about it. A good
it.
5 minutes she was like...
She thought about it.
Cause,
so maybe I'll take over Olympus.
Because Dr. Thorne was like, your dad doesn't love you. Yeah. Think about all the shit he's done. Doesn't fucking love you. Turn you into a tree.
Turn you into a tree. And it's like, bitch, he did that because he did love you.
They go to see Annabeth's father, Dr. Chase. I loved this whole part.
Yes, this is good.
I loved him.
to ask for help, and Percy noticed that the Chase home is one of those looked like it had been lived in forever houses.
Yeah.
Dr. Chase lends them a car before they leave, and Percy,
turns out he's a big war person.
yeah.
He studies war, and he has a plane that he's been working on. Is why he moved to San Francisco. Is he's got a biplane from World War II that he's been working on, and that's why Annabeth couldn't go with him because there's too many monsters in San Francisco. But that's why he had to move.
And her stepmom's not that bad anymore.
She's not that bad. She was like, when they were leaving, she was like, tell Annabeth she has a home here.
Yeah. Percy promises Dr. Chase that they'll save Annabeth. Look!
Quit promising!
And that they're going to tell Annabeth that she still had a home there. As they drive up the mountain, the car explodes due to a lightning bolt that Kronos threw that makes Talia angry at her father.
She thinks Zeus did it.
I mean, what are you gonna think?
Yeah,
lightning bolt,
Your
think
dad's the
Zeus.
lightning guy.
Think about poor Dr. Chase. He's like, bring my car
That dude
back.
was straight up from a Lemony Snicket book.
He was like, bring my car back when you're done. Car gets destroyed by lightning. Son of a bitch.
Damn.
Damn.
It's like, son of a bitch, blew up my damn car.
Oh well. My daughter's safe.
Yeah, daughter safe.
They complete the rest of the climb on foot when they reach the Garden of Hesperides. Yes. I know I can say it because I've heard it in a book I've been reading. Where Zoe meets her sisters and is poisoned by the dragon. Landon.
She thought she
Laden.
could control
Laden.
the dragon.
Yeah.
And the dragon's still better.
Thought wrong, bitch. You chose poorly.
They continue to the place where Atlas used to hold up the sky.
Price is wrong, bitch.
They see Artemis taking on his burden. Annabeth is bound and gagged
What?
by Luke and Atlas,
What you been doing to her, Luke?
Whoa.
realizing that the prophecy made by the Oracle involved him. And Percy takes on the burden of the Titan's curse from Artemis.
He frees her and takes it over.
Yeah. In the fight, because there's obviously a fight.
Yeah.
Percy could see
He can see, but he's stuck.
the ruins of Mount
He's doing mega squat.
Yeah.
Orthrus, the rival capital of Mount Olympus, rebuilding itself. This could only mean that the Titan's chances of triumph are increasing. Atlas kills his daughter by throwing her against the rock.
No.
Artemis kicks Atlas back.
You didn't say who his daughter was.
It doesn't say. I can't remember.
His daughter is Zoe.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, if I didn't say it, you should have said it before I kept going.
He threw
He
Zoe.
threw Zoe.
And that's the other part is a parent strikes
Okay.
down the child.
Yeah. You threw me off. Artemis kicks Atlas back under the weight of the of sky.
She throws Atlas.
Yeah.
And she's like, get ready, Percy! And here comes Atlas. And Percy rolls out of the way. And Atlas has nothing but to
Yeah.
get it back. So that's the Titan's curse.
As only a Titan can be forced to bear the sky and its impact. And the impact pushes
Pusses?
Whoa.
Whoa.
pushes
Impact-
Percy backwards.
Impact Dussy.
Anybody other than the Titan has to willingly
As I
take
don't
it.
have to volunteer.
They have to volunteer to take it. Whereas the Titan has to take it.
The sky smashes against Atlas's back before he struggles to his knees, pinning him to the ground. In a battle between Talia and Luke, Luke falls into a chasm.
50 feet.
Because Talia could never be defeated by Luke.
Yeah.
Even when they were kids. She was always stronger than him, which is funny. Get fucked, Luke.
And he falls to seemingly his death because he's sitting there broken. You look down, they see him, and his body's just broken.
Like,
He's
oh.
laying there dead.
Dead.
And they're like, oh, but he ain't dead. He ain't dead.
Percy assumes that Luke is dead, but is later confirmed by Poseidon that the treacherous demigod had survived.
How? He fell 50 feet and his body was broken.
Really? 50 feet ain't that far.
50 feet's pretty damn far.
It's pretty damn far, but plenty of people have survived worse.
Have. But his body looked like he was dead.
Oh, so did fucking No Limb Burnt Boy.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He looked dead as fuck.
Artemis turned Zoe into a constellation, the Huntress. After that was sad.
Yeah.
That whole part, like,
Yeah.
they both, as both a reward for service and as a reminder to the world of her existence.
Yeah. Poor Zoe. Fuck her. She got what she deserved.
They then make up your mind. Poor Zoe or fuck her. Make up your mind.
Both.
They go to Mount Olympus via Blackjack and his Pegasus friends. The Percy, Talia, and Annabeth arrive. The gods have already started a meeting. Talia chooses to take Zoe's place as the Hunter's lieutenant for her to never turn 16 and not be a child of the prophecy.
So she's not the child of prophecy because she was going to turn.
Whoa.
She was going to turn the child of.
Helicopter.
Helicopter.
She was going
Whoa.
to be the child of prophecy in the next day or two.
Yeah.
So like it was fixed to be her 16th birthday.
Yeah, it was
So
like
she
3
chose
days.
to become immortal, so she'd never turn 16.
Still on Percy.
Still on Percy. You bitch. You bitch.
Percy experiences discomfort because she makes her decision as he assumed it would be Annabeth during the Hunters. Ares and Athena suggest the gods kill Percy because he will be the next child of the prophecy after 2 years.
Yeah.
Ares just like, I
How
want to
many
kill
more
him.
books are there? 2 books?
2 more.
2 books? 2 years?
But Ares is like, let's kill him.
Yeah.
Athena's like, okay.
Okay, let's kill him.
Fortunately, many of the gods vote to let the heroes live. After Artemis declares that if the heroes are punished, then the gods are no better than the Titans.
Yes.
Poseidon vouches to let Bessie live, and he states that it would be kept in Mount Olympus. After partying with the gods, fuck yeah, god party.
Yeah, they partied with the gods.
The group.
And what's cool is they said that the DJ was playing music that everybody heard different.
Yeah.
It was whatever your favorite music is.
There's a lot of clubs doing shit like that now.
No, but it's the
Headphones.
same song.
No, they have places with headphones.
Yeah.
No, that's
and you
what.
can play different shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're playing the same song. It just sounds different to everybody else.
Yeah.
The group returns to camp. Percy tells Nico about Bianca's death and gives him the figure of Hades that Bianca meant to give Nico. Nico throws the statue away and tells Percy that he hates him for not saving his sister.
And the ground opens up.
And the ground opens up, and Percy's like, oh, fuck. And that's Titan's curse.
So Nico and Bianca are children of Hades.
They they don't have to be, but fuck.
But they are.
But they are. Hades they were really giving Hades
I'm
a lot of
sure-
praise
I'm
too.
Sure Nico
But he didn't break the oath.
No.
They're from before the oath was ever made.
I'm
Because-
sure Nico and shit are cool later, but y'all hyped it up way too much for this book.
Not for this one.
You
I'm just
hyped
happy
it
that
up.
he's in it.
Yeah.
You hyped it up way too much for this book. Nico wasn't even in it.
No, it's the next couple that Nico's.
And that's fine, but y'all are like, oh shit, here they come, and it's like, motherfucker ain't even in the book.
Shit, what was I say? Yes, because we didn't talk about this, but they were talking to Bianca, and they were like, "Who was the last president?" And she said like Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
And he's
And
like,
they said Roosevelt. Yeah, FDR.
because they were, her and Nico were stuck in the Lotus Hotel.
Where they would not age, would not notice passage of time.
And if you remember, that was in the first book.
They were just vibing.
And then a lawyer
Or if
came.
you've seen the movie,
Or if you've seen the
and you
movie.
got that scene with Gaga music and just
Poker face,
casino shit everywhere. That's basically what happened.
And a lawyer came and said it was time for them to leave. And they ended up at Westover.
Yeah.
So no, he didn't break the oath.
No, he didn't break the oath. So Nico can't be the child of the prophecy.
No.
Because the prophecy is after the oath.
Yeah.
So Hades still didn't break the oath. Even though later on they complain about him. They complain about Nico, but Hades didn't break the oath.
They're always going to complain about Hades.
No, but
Even though Hades literally just sits there and does nothing.
No.
one of my favorite things is though, because I don't think it was Zeus, but one of them was like, yeah, the only one that never really broke the prophecy was Hades, or
Yeah.
like didn't really have any children. It was Hades.
Disney made Hades a villain. I get it. The underworld sounds like a hell type place, and so you made him devilish.
Yeah, but
But the underworld was where every single dead person went.
Yeah, but you read mythology.
Yeah, if you
and
read
they all hate on Hades.
they all hate on
Yeah.
Hades for no reason.
For no reason.
He's
He doesn't-
literally just a watcher.
Yeah.
The underworld is where everybody goes.
And if it wasn't for Hades, the dead would rise and destroy the earth.
There's
Yep.
multiple places that you can end up,
Yeah.
but you have to go through the underworld. That's just like the subway to wherever you're going to end up. There is a hell, there's a heaven, and then there's a super heaven for heroes.
But it's all in the underworld.
But it all starts at the underworld. And the underworld isn't souls like, "Ooh," no, it's just a passage that they go
Yeah.
through.
So, what did you think of the book?
It's a great book. Not my favorite one of them, but a good one.
No, one of the best ones is the next one.
Yeah, Labyrinth's
It was
That
okay.
is probably the best one.
It was okay. I enjoyed myself, but it wasn't like... How do I say?
This book was basically
It was boom, boom, boom.
This
Yeah.
book was basically a lead you into the second half of the.
Yeah.
It was a good middle book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was lead you into what's going on in the second half of the series.
Yeah, I get that. I agree with that.
Because you had to get Talia out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to introduce Nico and Bianca because Nico is in a lot of the next books. And then Grover going off to find Pan.
Yeah, Grover tells the other satyrs that coffee will get you Pan because he was drinking so much
And
coffee and then he
now-
heard
yeah.
Pan.
They were drinking more coffee than white chicks.
Yeah.
With Starbucks. And stuff.
Yeah.
They were literally just drinking it and drinking
And
it.
basically Grover said, I'm gonna go back to this place and where were they at? Do you
San
remember?
Francisco?
No,
It was right
when
at
he
the
found
Smithsonian.
Pain, it was before Arizona.
Oh.
It was right before
No,
the...
I
It was
can't.
right
It
after
was
the
like a little.
Smithsonian,
It
wasn't
was a little town. I can't remember the name.
But
of it.
wherever they're going, he's going back there and drinking a bunch of coffee.
Yeah.
Just to see what
Just see if he
happens.
can find Pan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this. Good
I
book.
liked it. It was...
It's a good middle book.
I think it
It's a
could
good
have...
metal book.
I think that it could have been a little longer.
It's
but-
just a middle book.
but-
It's just to get you to there.
But it did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
So, it got me excited for the next book.
Yeah.
And that's what a
Right.
middle book is supposed to do.
That's what's supposed to
And I love Rick's writing. Rick's
Yeah.
writing has always been so good to me.
be. Okay, and speaking of Rick,
The Percy Jackson and the Olympian show has officially been greenlit, guys. Officially. I'm so excited.
we posted that on Instagram.
Instagram. I'm so excited. The movie sucked. Let's be. No one's a big fan of the movies.
No, because they went so far away from the books.
And I'm just so excited that we get a show. Something that would work very well for
That-
this book series.
That Rick has said
that
is sticking.
could work well.
True.
Rick
Make it-
said this is going to stick to the book.
Homie,
Yeah.
they could Game of Thrones this shit so hard.
They,
They
could.
could.
But you go with the first season of Game of Thrones
It was amazing.
you know why it was
Because
amazing?
it was exactly what it was supposed
Because
to
it was
be.
what was in the book.
But the problem is they could go for
Yeah,
a little
then
while.
season
And,
8
and
was.
then the final season, the final book, there's like, "All right, let's wrap this shit up.
I hope not. The last book's one of my favorites.
I hope they do the Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and then they go into the next series.
I feel like if
Heroes.
it's accept,
Yeah, the heroes.
I feel like if
Heroes
it's,
of Olympus.
if it's a success, they'll probably do it. Because like, out of the Mandalorian, we've gotten multiple shows
Yeah.
greenlit because of the success of the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And we're liking
So-
the Mandalorian. We're liking Book of Boba Fett so far.
But
Yeah.
so many shows are greenlit because of
Yeah.
that. So I feel like if they could do that with the Star Wars universe, if the Percy Jackson season 1 is successful, they'll continue until it's not a success.
Well, from what I've read, it's supposed to be a season per book.
That's what I've
That
heard.
they're supposed to make. The whole first season is the first book.
Yeah.
And I think the first book is good for a season.
I think you could do what they've been doing with their meta, the 45 to 50 minutes and 10 episodes.
I was going to say, it's definitely going to have to be 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I feel like they could, all of them so far,
Yeah.
10 episodes,
Is
50
enough.
minutes.
Yeah.
50 minutes is plenty of
Yeah.
time to do something. So,
I'm excited.
we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I'm very excited.
It's greenlit, so it's coming, but like, that's one hurdle.
You know what that means?
We're going to have to do a review on the Percy Jackson show.
Well, not just that. It means they're on the look for the new Percy.
That is true. They are already on the look for the new Percy.
Yeah.
But this is one hurdle. It's gonna be a long fucking time.
Yes.
Before this even.
Yeah, it'll be 2024.
This is gonna be a while
Oh,
before
yeah.
we even see an image.
Yeah, it'll be 2024 before we ever get it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But it'll be
I'm
fun to
excited.
hear about
I'm
it.
very
I'm
excited.
very excited. It's my second favorite book series.
Well, we've got 2 more Percy Jackson books,
Yeah.
which we'll do February and March.
Yep.
After that, we haven't decided what we're going to do.
We
Whether
might
we're
take another couple month break.
may take a break.
We will have a chunk of time where we will not be here. We don't have to get into specifics, but we
Yeah.
won't be here. For a
2
chunk
of us
time.
won't be here.
February is going to be another, maybe a few podcasts here, maybe a few podcasts
It's also
there.
Valentine's Day, y'all.
Yes.
I'm starting back to my job, which is going to cut into time. They're going on vacation,
Yeah.
which is going to cut into time. So we are definitely going to do the next Percy Jackson book, but I don't know how many podcasts we're going to get out next
we're
month.
going to get
think
back
we-
into our themed kind of rotation
March.
in March, definitely. February, a lot of stuff has kind of just come up.
We're,
Vacation.
we're finishing up our, I don't want to say our scraps,
Yeah,
but like what we had already planned.
yeah,
We're getting that done, and then we're going to slowly transition into themes as best we can.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's going to be months where there's not going to be themes because there's just nothing going on.
but our themes seem to work.
They
Yeah.
do work, but some months it's going to be a dry month when it
Yeah.
comes to content.
If you have any ideas for themes you want us to do, something definitely geek, but something that may have to do with the month. We know that May is Star Wars.
And if you didn't already know that,
You know May is going to be
But
Star
we already
Wars.
talk about Star Wars like crazy.
But if you can think of what to do in a month, if you can think of a good theme, hit us up on our social media.
We have a lot of those.
our Instagram is Jack_and_Geek, our pod. Our TikTok is Jack_and_Geek pod. We put a lot of content that's not just promotional content on our TikTok. We are starting to do more. I'm mostly the face of it, but they're going to be joining in
Yeah.
as well. Our Facebook is Jack and Geek pod. I'm pretty sure. And if you want to join our YouTube channel, we have some videos on there already, but we're going to do more. It's Tribunal Entertainment
Yes.
on YouTube.com, and we also have a Patreon, which is...
Jack and Geek Podcast, Patreon/Jack and Geek
And
Podcast.
that goes towards both.
Yeah, that goes towards
And
Sin
when I
and
say
Juice,
both,
too.
this bitch got a podcast too.
Yes, the Patreon is for both of our podcasts.
It's just under the main podcast first. I want to
Yeah.
say name. The
First
first
podcast.
podcast name because we
Uh,
made it shortly
first.
after.
Sin and Juice is my podcast. I lead it. I do most of the talking.
She says horrible shit, and then I make jokes out of it.
Yes, we
it's
just react.
It's a true crime comedy podcast. We just did one on the origins of the Scream movie. If you know that movie from the 90s, if you don't, go watch it. It's amazing.
How the hell have you avoided that?
Look, some people just don't see it.
You don't have to see it, but you gotta know.
If
of
you
it.
know
You know how to
Ghostface.
use Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You've probably seen Scream.
Bro, there's no way you can avoid any of the main slashers. Even if you don't watch that shit, you know what? If I show you a hockey mask, even if it's not even Jason's version, you gonna
You know
think
Jason.
Jason. If I show you a fucking sweater
Ghostface.
that's Freddy, you gonna know it's Freddy. If I show you a Ghostface mask, you either gonna think of Scream or Scary Movie,
Yeah.
What's that?
which is just an homage to the film anyway.
Yeah.
It's a parody, but it's
Isn't
also
it
an homage.
Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and one more. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
it is.
But yeah, it's a true crime comedy podcast. I do most of the gruesome talking, killing part. They make the jokes. We laugh far too much at.
Oh God!
If you listen to our animal kills episode specifically,
I almost shit myself.
but yeah, that's Sin and Juice Pod, Sin _and_ Juice Pod on Instagram. But that's going to be linked on the Jack and Geek Instagram as well, and on the website.
Okay, well, I guess that's going to wrap us up for January.
Yeah.
We will see you sometime in February. We don't know.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.